Yo boys, it is finally our time to shine, poison enjoyers. Finally, it's finally time. We got Tuesday, which is finally a poison character. After a million years of waiting, it felt like, and ironically, like more than a year, because it is. That's why it felt like that, at least in CN. Bro, you cannot make us wait this long for a character. Come on, that it's like poison. Come on. Now, Tuesday is a spirit 6-star. She's going to do, it's going to be like a hybrid, like does a little bit of damage, enables people, do new mechanics and stuff like that. We'll see. It's going to be really, really cool. There's a lot to do with Genesis damage. There's a lot to do with allies doing stuff. And there's a new mechanic getting introduced as well. Now, let's start by reading her insight. I1, when entering battle, gain swaddling fear and increase self-Genesis damage dealt. I2, when entering battle, increases attack. When entering battle, I3 gains room service and increases moxie. Now, let's read with swaddling fear and room service, which will be there immediately the moment the fight starts. Let's see what they do. Swaddling fear, all poison dealt from allies can crit. Huge. For each stat down, negative status or control allies give to the enemy, there will be a possibility to inflict poison to the target, which will deal a percentage of Genesis damage based on the caster's attack. So this one, we'll talk about what I think about these a little later after I read everything, but this is kind of big. Room service. This is the new mechanic. Overflowing moxie of allies will be stored temporarily. If said character has spaces for moxie at the end of the round, replenish moxie. So, this is basically, it makes me think about it's some sort of implanted shaman mechanic. Anyway, let's move on to the skills. We will discuss this after. Let me finish reading this. Skill 1, Fear and Joy. Single mental damage, deals poison, which after each round deals a percentage of Genesis damage based on the caster's attack. This, for some reason, this is copy and pasted every time. I know what the fuck poison is. You told me once before. Just stop saying it again, but whatever. Maybe it means something. Sure, deals percent. Okay. Afterwards, randomly inflicts poison to another enemy for several times, which means that when a poison wears off on enemy A, it will transfer to enemy B. So it will like proliferate a little bit, which is kind of big. For several times, I don't know if it means multiple turns or multiple stacks. I don't know. We'll have to see. Skill 2, Padding from Tired Days. Kind of whatever, like weird names are probably going to be changed whenever we get it into global. Which, by the way, realistically, this should come around the end of the year for global, by the way. So keep that in mind. It's gonna be really, really cringe until the end of the year. We're not gonna get Tuesday, right? So think about it. No, I didn't. Ultimate. Skill 2, Padding from the Group debuff. Increase Genesis damage taken to all enemies and decreases crit resistance. If target has poison, further decreases the crit resistance. Ultimate, come in. Mass mental damage. When hit, inflicts poison, which after each round deals a percentage of Genesis damage based on the caster's attack. So we got another poison application here. We're repeating the same shit here. Afterwards, based on Tuesday's attack and the number of poisons of each target, deals extra Genesis damage, which can crit. And then creates Array, Horror Story Show, which is the domain expansion. Now, what does the domain expansion do? It's kind of big. This array, poison stacks on enemies will not decrease after resolving damage. At the start of the turn for enemies, resolve poison damage of 1 round. After the array has been replaced or ended, immediately resolve all poison on enemies. Now, This is a kind of insane, because like poison stacks on enemies will not decrease after resolving damage, which means that you can make it pop and do the Genesis damage burst, and they're still there. The poison is still there. That's something that I was talking about when I was asking for a new poison character. Something that, or maybe I also said this when I asked for Sotheby rework. But I feel like this could be done with Sotheby. The start of the turn for enemies resolves poison damage of 1 round after the array has been replaced or ended. Immediately resolve all poison on enemies. So at the start of the enemy turn, resolve poison damage of 1 round. So you will get the trigger of it of 1 round, but the stacks will not decrease, basically. So you get free poison triggers without them losing stacks. That is actually pretty crazy. And then after the array has been replaced or ended, immediately resolve all poison on enemies. So this means, what if this means that you can now use Sotheby without ruining your poison? Now her healing is still bad, so we also have to hope that the 2.x plus patches on CN will also resolve and fix some of the standard characters, such as Sotheby. I really don't like how Cure works. I don't like how dog shit it is. I want immediate healing. I don't want to pre-heal when I'm supposed to do DPS. So I need that to not be a thing. If that gets fixed, now you could even, funny enough, you could even use Sotheby. Because if you ult with Sotheby during the array, it also means that you're not resolving the poison, you're just doing damage. So you could technically, combined with room service, if you time it correctly, you could technically do like Shamane does when you have like 5 Moxie, you use your ult, you had some stored, and now you have like, I don't know how much you can store, depends on how much you can store. I doubt it's gonna be 5 storing. Maybe it's like 2 or 3. But technically, I don't know how long is the array gonna last. It doesn't say. It will say in the future when we get the numbers. But there are certain potentials that are pretty fun to think about. You could technically do Shamaine ult into another replenish and then into another ult, resolve the poison twice, deal a lot of Genesis damage. Now the damage also can crit. Here, deals extra Genesis damage which can crit. Now this doesn't mean everything, but this part will crit. I don't know. Anyway, you get a lot of Genesis damage on the enemy, and then you get the Moxie back and you do it again. It's actually pretty crazy if you think about it. So now, we're going back to Swaddling Fear. I think the potential partners for a poison team would be Jessica Tuesday, and then for a 4-man team, you might want to bring someone that gives a lot of stats down, negative status, or control. Also, for example, 6 or even Isolde. 6 deals a lot of debuffs with his debuff card, but even Isolde, right? Even if she's burn, she also reduces the crit that people take, which can also the crit resistance that could also work with this. I think it works with this as well, right? It could work with this and further decreasing everything crit related. Plus all of the debuff that she applies to the enemies, they are basically stats down. Burn is negative status, right? She doesn't have control, but you know, you could bring one of these 2 characters depending on your approach, if you want to be more aggressive or more like buff and stuff. If you, like, in that case, you bring 6, and then any healer, such as like Tooth Fairy or even Sotheby, if they fix her, would be a good option. So there are plenty of fun options that we have on with Tuesday. I really want to play. I really want to get her, but to be real, on my CN account, I have no reason, almost no reason to pick it up. I think I'll try anyway. I'm pretty sure if I could skip someone, skipping Argus is probably the least damaging comparing to skip Tuesday, because I think Tuesday can work in other ways, right? You don't necessarily need Jessica, but it's ironically not intended to pick up just Tuesday without not having anybody, because she is supposed to buff people that do poison and deal more poison and stuff. So, and also I don't have 6 either. I would have to use Tuesday. I don't have Sotheby either. I would have to use Tuesday. The only characters that I have that are usable are Tuesday and Isolde. I don't know what the fuck I can cook with that shit. Maybe I can use Tuesday with Spadodia. I have no idea. I'm gonna have to cook some deranged shit, some cursed stuff. So if you guys want to come see it, in case I get lucky and I actually get the Tuesday, I will be live on twitch.tv/Jakazin pulling for Tuesday whenever she comes out on CN. Tomorrow, Marcos comes out. If any one of you guys are interested in pulling, you can join my Discord in description. Join and take a seat for the Marcos pull. If you want to participate, you can go into the room and say, like me, I would like to pull. So if you want to pull on stream, right? Either way, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think about this character. Sorry, if I'm like this, I'm a little scattered because I am thinking about like 5 different things at the same time and I can't say it out loud, so I'm getting fucking stun locked by myself. Either way, thank you for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about the character. Leave a like, the usual stuff, subscribe, it helps the channel a lot. Thank you for watching and see you next time.